disgusting. Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Body goes on these. White paint on my toes. Blessing a new bay.
All right, Coach, thanks. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
They keep it with Miller on first down. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Miller. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Throwing on third down, Watson forced out to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. following the interception here. Mariota caught right side, Davis. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. He will find Davis on the left side, complete. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A first red zone opportunity for the Titans. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Dion Lewis, a first carry for the expatriate. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 3rd down, Mariota escaping the pressure right. He can run, and he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. So he actually goes back about 9 yards on the return, but the interception is clean, and they have the pigskin, and they take over. go play action here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And that one results in 35 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. Fighting down past the 45. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Now Mariota. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Set. Blue 18. 1, 1, 1. 1, 1. 1, 1.
Working out of the gun, Mariota being chased out left. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. From the red zone now, Mariota. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 3rd down, it's Lewis. And again they stuff him. A loss last time, and this time hitting him for no gain.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Check it backer, check it backer. Check.
They'll try and pick it up with Lewis. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. because mentally you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Tennessee after this.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
Here's Watson now on second down. They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the gun, here's Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Jonathan Cyprien. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. And Walker has it. Able to power through. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
One.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down now. I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Mariota. Buying time to his left. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now here's Succop out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Watson trying to get his guys moving. The final shot before the break. Watson flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we've reached halftime here in Nashville, the Music City, with the Titans out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This one fielded at the 5. And some room to maneuver. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Titans. As his guys are in for 6, and the Titans are going to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think that they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Watson dancing to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. He's picked off at his own 47. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. That's a strong running as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the read option, it's Mariota. They try again with Lewis. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
A first down carry for Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Mariota now on 2nd down. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mariota. And he fires one, but incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Succop now set to kick it off following the made field goal. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards. Watson on first down. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Watson now to throw. Forced out to his left. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Come back.
Third and long. It's Watson. Steps away to his left. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a fourth down.
Richmond. Tiger. Come back. Richmond. Come back. 37 Mike 37. Wild Bill. We got it.
On fourth down, Watson. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Elsewhere, second half action at Heinz Field. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
One.
Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. He's going to air one out. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play that time for the Titans. 58 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have... And he gets in! Touchdown, Tennessee! Derrick Henry with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point put through by Suckup, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on it at second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary and really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Back to the air. Watson on second down. Caught left side. Hopkins. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. To throw is Watson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. A first down carry now for Miller. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Dumps it complete to Miller. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He's going to air one out. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. On the read option, it's Mariota. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up a third down. They go play action. Mariota. They'll roll him out right. Over the middle to Smith. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it, as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Walker with a grab, left side. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Mariota on first down. That is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now Mariota. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. The Titans on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Mariota. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another first down. Mariota now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory.
Three. Turn it up. Set. Blue 18. Three. Check safety.
Again, it's Lewis. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
One.
On 3rd down, Mariota uncorks one for Davis. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game... And now here's another interception. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Off the toss, Lewis. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
And
they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They've got this big lead. They said, forget 1. We want 2. Instead, they got 0.
Unbelievable they didn't even attempt it from the 15-yard line. What are they thinking? I do know this. When you fake one in this situation with that type of a lead, especially from the 15-yard line, oh, boy. I tell you what, meeting them again somewhere down the line, they'll remember this. Yeah, they'll think that they were trying to clown them a little bit.
And now out comes Houston. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throwing again is Watson. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Throwing here, Mariota. And he hits the running back, Dion Lewis. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of...
And this is caught inside the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A big play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And this Titan offense is running away with this one. This is a Titans crew that did not attempt a single two-point conversion all of last season, but they're going here. Lewis will get the handoff. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
On first down, Watson. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Mariota here to throw. Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And Davis has it over the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Mariota now to throw on first down. And Walker with it over the middle. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play that time for the Titans. 45 yards.
And they just had another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. To the air again, Mariota. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tennessee, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll fall to 1-1. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.